Hey everyone, welcome to Vacation Bible School at Home. We're so glad to have you join us today. We are looking forward to having some fun together as we learn and grow in the knowledge of Christ. Our program is designed for children going into grade 1 and up to grade 6. Anyone can watch, but our crafts, stories, songs, and games are aimed at middle-aged children. Oh, and you should know we are going to be making a craft today. So if you don't have your craft kit yet, it's not too late to get one. Just ask an adult to contact us at this email address, and we'll send you everything you'll need to work along with us and make something fun. And my friend Elliot's with us again this year.
He is?
Yes, Elliot, you're right here.
I am?
Yes, of course you are. And by the way, you don't need to wear a mask.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure because the kids won't be near you. They're at home. It's Vacation Bible School at Home.
Oh, school.
What was that?
I said the word school and it tasted yucky.
Okay, Elliot, school is not yucky. It's where we learn and grow and understand things that we've never heard before.
Oh, do you know what you call an old snowman?
An old snowman? No.
Slush.
Okay, Elliot, I'm glad you think that's funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. I just don't get it.
Okay, well, that's fine, Elliot. What we need to tell the kids right now is about Fun Cat.
Oh, what's that?
The children at home need to be watching for Fun Cat. He will appear like this, and he's always holding something in his hand. He will only appear for a few moments, but if you're able to tell us what he is holding in his hand, you could win a prize.
Oh, you get a house.
No, Elliot, you don't win a house. That's just what he's holding to demonstrate how this works. It won't be a house.
It's a house.
No, Elliot, it's not going to be. It's something different. But if you watch for him and you send an email to tell us what he's holding, you might win something fun.
Oh, can I try it?
Well, actually, it's just for the kids at home. Be the first today to email us at this address and tell us what Fun Cat is holding, and you might win something fun.
Oh, it's a house.
No, Elliot, you don't win a house.
Are you sure?
Yes, the kids don't need a house. They're already in a house.
Oh, can I get one?
Okay, no, Elliot. Welcome to day 1. We're so glad you're here.
This song is called Are You Messy? And if you've been with us for VBS before, you're going to remember this one. So it starts with, are you messy? Mess up your hair. Noisy, nosy, greedy. You just ate all the cookies and you're full. Greedy, grumpy, and lazy. You don't want to get out of bed. Are you always causing trouble? You're starting the fights and driving people crazy. Now, that might have been the bad habits that you have, but the next part of the song is the good news of how Jesus can change that. Jesus changes Mr. Men, so use one hand to point to the men, and then use your other hand to point to the misses. And little misses too, he will come into your heart and give new life to you. Good news. Hey!
Are you messy, noisy, nosy, greedy, grumpy, lazy? Are you always causing trouble, driving people crazy? Jesus changes Mr. Men and little misses too. He will come into your heart and give new life to you. Hey, are you messy, noisy,
This song is called My God is So Big. Now, you might have heard this song before, but this one has a bit of a twist to it, and there's some new actions that I'm going to help you learn. So first, we start with, my God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. Now, this reminds me of like a superhero. So mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. And we're going to sing that part at 3 more times. So we'll be singing that thing over and over 4 times. And then we go into the next part that says, in the beginning, God made everything. God simply spoke. There I'm speaking. And the world, here's my round world, came to be. He sent a flood and made everything new. He parted the seas. Remember that story in the Bible? So we're parting the seas, and the people walked through. He helped a boy. Here's your little boy. Bring a giant right down. Get your slings out, and you're getting the giant down. Joshua marched, and the walls fell to the ground. These acts of power are worthy of praise, but if you want to question my God and his ways, I'll look you in the eyes and say, and then we're going to go right back to the part, my God is so big, so strong and so mighty that you learned before. Now, the next part will say, though we are sinners, we're sad because we're sinners, he still gave us worth. God sent his son to live here on the earth. He healed the sick. Oh, you put a wet cloth on your head when you're sick. And he made the blind see. He let the lame walk. And he set the world free. He died on the cross. Here's your cross. And he rose from the grave. He conquered sin. He is mighty to save. He went to heaven. And he's coming back. God's word is true. Open up your Bible. God's word is true. But if it's attacked, I'll look you in the eyes and say, and then we go right back to my God is so big. And you know that part already.
My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. In the beginning, God made everything. God simply spoke and the world came to be. He sent a flood and made everything new. He parted the sea, let his people walk through. He helped a boy bring a giant right down. Joshua marched, the walls fell to the ground. These acts of power are worthy of praise, but if you want to question my God and his ways,
I'll look you in the eye and say,
my God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. Though we are sinners, he still gave us worth. God sent his son to live here on the earth. He healed the sick, he made the blind see. He let the lame walk and he set the world free. He died on the cross and he rose from the grave. He conquered sin, he is mighty to save. He went to heaven and he's coming back. God's word is true, but if it's attacked,
I'll look you in the eye and say,
my God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do.
Hey, Elliot, we're going to try our memory verse just now.
Oh, I'm so good at this.
Well, I know what you think you are, Elliot, but I think you struggle sometimes to remember what I've said.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to get you to repeat after me.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm going to say something, then you're going to say it back to me, and we're going to try to learn the verse.
Oh, this is easy.
Well, I know you think it is, but we've had trouble before. We want the children to learn the verse and get to know what it is. It's Joshua 1:9.
What?
See, can't even say that part, can you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, don't bother. Joshua 1:9, that's a book in the Bible, and it's when God is speaking to Joshua, and Joshua is speaking to the people. And he says, remember, I commanded you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, try that part. Remember, I commanded you.
What? I can't do that.
What, you can't do what?
That thing you said.
What, you can't repeat?
No. The other thing.
You can't remember?
Yeah.
Okay, well, just try. I commanded you.
I wear good shoes.
Okay, Elliot, that's not what I said.
Oh, I like your shoes. They're really good.
No, stop looking at my shoes.
That's what you said.
No, I said, I commanded you. God is giving a command through Joshua to tell the people to be strong and brave. That's the next part.
Oh,
Yeah, try that. To be strong and brave.
you stand in the shade. Is it hot?
No, Elliot, I didn't say stand in the shade.
Yeah, you did.
No, I said be strong and brave.
Drink lemonade. Are you drinking lemonade because it's hot?
No, Elliot, I did not say drink lemonade. I didn't say stand in the shade.
You did?
No, I said be strong and brave. See, this is the problem. God is giving them a command, and you're not helping the kids to learn it.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not. They need to understand that God is with them wherever they go, because even though he can't be seen, he is always present.
Seriously.
Yes, he is ever-present God. So the next part is don't be afraid.
What?
Try that. Don't be afraid.
Your head is decayed. Oh, that's not good.
Elliot, that's not what I said.
It is so.
No, I did not say that.
You should see a doctor.
Okay, Elliot, no, don't be afraid because the Lord your God will be with you.
That's long.
Try it. Because the Lord your God will be with you.
Because your name is Gord and you eat glue.
No, Elliot, no. Nobody's named Gord.
Is your name Gord?
No, Elliot, it's not. Why are you doing that?
Because that's what you said.
I didn't say that.
And you eat glue. That's disgusting.
No, Elliot, no. That's not how this goes. The Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Just try that last phrase, Elliot. Just do that one part. Wherever you go.
You're standing in snow.
No, Elliot, that's not what I said.
You're going to ruin your good shoes.
No, Elliot, I'm not standing in snow.
You're right. Why did you say that?
Look, I didn't. Remember, I commanded you, be strong and brave. Don't be afraid, because the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9.
That was so easy.
I'm glad you thought so, Elliot. Hey, let's try to learn today's memory verse. Joshua 1:9. Remember, I commanded you to be strong and brave. Don't be afraid, because the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Repeat after me. Remember, I commanded you to be strong and brave. Don't be afraid, because the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Very good. Now I'm going to read it, but there will be one word missing. Can you tell what I left out? Remember, I commanded you to be and brave. Don't be afraid, because the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Which word was missing? Very good. Let's try it again. Remember, I commanded you to be strong and don't be afraid, because the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Which word was missing? Let's try it again. Remember, I commanded you to be strong and brave. Don't be afraid, because your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Which word was missing? Let's try it again. Remember, I commanded you to be strong and brave. Don't be afraid, because the Lord your God will be with wherever you go. Which word was missing? Let's try to say this together. Remember, I commanded you to be strong and brave. Don't be afraid, because the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Hey, Elliot, I'm glad you're here. We're going to play a game.
Oh, is it called Find the Chicken?
No, it's not called Find the Chicken.
Find the hot dog?
No, Elliot, it's not called Find the Hot Dog.
What are you looking for?
Oh, you're not looking for anything.
What kind of game is this?
Okay, listen. I'm going to show you something.
I can't see it.
No, I haven't showed you yet.
Where is it?
Okay, look, I'm going to show you something, and the kids at home are going to see it too.
What?
Yes, and then you're going to guess what it is.
Is it a chicken?
No, Elliot, it's not a chicken. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
What's not a chicken?
No, it's not a chicken.
A hot dog?
Elliot,
What?
can I just explain this?
Okay.
So, the kids are going to see something,
Yeah.
and you're going to see it too.
Oh!
And then you're going to guess what it is. And see if the kids at home can guess what it is before you do.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay, if you think so, tell me what you think this object is. Here we go. Okay, Elliot, tell me what you think this is.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you don't know because it's still zooming out. See if you can guess what it is before the kids do.
Oh, I think I know.
You think you know?
Yeah,
Well, what do you think it is?
I don't know.
Well, keep watching. Maybe the kids at home think they know. This one's pretty easy.
Oh, wait a second.
What?
I think I know.
You think you do?
Yeah, it's those things.
What things?
You do things with it.
You do things with it.
Yeah, when you draw stuff.
Yeah, you draw stuff. What are these called?
Coloring things.
Well, you do color things with them, but there's a name for these.
Oh,
What is it?
I don't know.
It's called a coloring pencil, a colored pencil.
Oh, that's really boring.
Well, I'm glad you think so, Elliot. But the game is simple as that. We're going to start in close on an object and back out slowly and see if you can guess what it is before the kids do.
Oh, that's easy.
Let's try it again.
Oh, that's weird. What am I looking at?
See if the kids at home can figure it out before you do.
Oh, I know what it is.
What is it?
I don't know. It looks like, oh, I'm not sure.
Keep looking. Tell me when you think you know.
Okay, I think I know.
Do you think you know?
No, I don't know. Oh, okay, hold it.
Oh, you think you know what it is?
Yeah,
Okay, what is it?
I don't know.
Okay, Elliot. Let's keep going. Tell me when you think you know what it is.
I don't know, but I think I know, but I don't know. Okay, wait, let's see. Do the kids know?
I don't know. Do you think the kids know yet?
I don't know. I gotta hurry. I think it's, I'm not sure. Oh, wait a second. I think I know what it is. I think I know.
You think you know?
Yeah, I think it's a can of Coke. Coke is so good.
Oh, you like Coke?
Not really.
Well, I think you're right, Elliot. This is the top of a can of Coke. Did you guess it before, Elliot?
Lord, you
everyone. I'm so glad you could join us for Pinegrove's online VBS. With all that's going on in the world today, I'm sure that you are finding life difficult and maybe a bit scary. Schools are closed. You can't play with your friends or visit your family members. I've been thinking about this a lot, so I thought we should talk about the fact that God is always with us, especially during the hard and difficult times. Many stories and verses from the Bible tell us so. Our stories this week are from the book of Daniel, and boy oh boy did he and his friends ever have some tough times. We sure hope that you enjoy hearing God's word. Listen carefully to the stories, as there's going to be a quiz. Today's story is found in Daniel chapter 1. The title is Daniel's Training in Babylon. King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon came to Jerusalem and captured it. People from Jerusalem were taken back to Babylon with Nebuchadnezzar and his army. Among them were some young men named Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. When they arrived back in Babylon, the king ordered Ashpenaz, chief of his court officials, to bring into the king's service some of the Israelites they had captured from the royal family and the nobility. Young men without any physical defect, handsome, showing skill for every kind of learning, well-informed, quick to understand, and qualified to serve in the king's palace. He was to teach them the language and literature of the Babylonians. The king assigned them a daily amount of food and wine from the king's table. They were to be trained for 3 years, and after that they were to enter the king's service. Among those chosen were some from Judah: Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. The chief official gave them new names. To Daniel, the name Belteshazzar; to Hananiah, Shadrach; to Mishael, Meshach; and to Azariah, Abednego. Not only were these young men taken from their home and families and everything they knew, but now their names were being changed as well. Daniel loved God and decided not to defile himself with the royal food and wine that was devoted to idols. So he asked the chief official for permission not to eat the royal food. Now God caused the official to show favor and compassion to Daniel. But the official said to Daniel, "I am afraid of my lord the king, who has assigned your food and drink. If he sees you looking worse than the other young men your age, the king would then have my head because of you." Daniel then said to the guard whom the chief official had appointed over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, "Please, test your servants for 10 days. Give us nothing but vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then compare our appearance with that of the young men who eat the royal food, and treat your servants in accordance with what you see." So he agreed to this and tested them for 10 days. At the end of 10 days, they looked healthier and better nourished than all of the young men who ate the royal food. So the guard took away the choice food and wine and gave them vegetables to eat and water to drink instead. To these 4 young men, God gave knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of all kinds of literature and learning, and Daniel could understand visions and dreams of all kinds. At the end of the 3 years of training, the chief official presented them to Nebuchadnezzar. The king talked with them, and he found none equal to Daniel and his friends, so they entered the king's service. In every matter of wisdom and understanding about which the king questioned them, he found them 10 times better than all of the others in the whole kingdom. Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah were obedient to God's laws, and God was with them during this time of captivity. Joshua 1:9 says, "Remember, I commanded you to be strong and brave. Don't be afraid, because the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go."
Hi kids, welcome to VBS Crafts 2021. I can't believe it's been a whole year since we last saw each other. So this year, I'm teaming up once again with Patty to bring you a lot of fun crafts for this week. Hi kids, welcome to VBS Crafts. Today we're going to have some F-U-N. And for all you big smart kids at home, you probably know that means fun. So today is day 1 of our crafts, and we have a special surprise. There will be 2 crafts today. We're going to make some egg music shakers today, and then later on this morning, you're going to have a second craft with Patty. If you look at the table in front of me, you'll see a lot of Easter eggs. We are going to use these Easter eggs for our craft today. In your craft kit, you're going to receive an egg and some beads, as well as some tape. Your egg may open in the middle like this, or it may open around the side like this. It doesn't matter because they all make really nice music. I'm going to demonstrate with this blue egg what you're going to do. You're going to put the little beads inside of your egg, then you're going to close the egg up until it clicks. You're going to be given a piece of colorful tape that you can place on your egg over the seam where the egg joins itself. Now that you've got your egg closed up with the beads on the inside, you may choose to decorate your egg with some stickers. You'll get some stickers in your craft kit that you can place on your egg if you choose. Now your egg is ready.
This song is called A Cheerful Heart. The first line goes, a cheerful heart, show me your hearts, is never empty, empty hands. A cheerful heart never will run dry. This is sign language for dry. You're wiping your chin. A cheerful heart is found in Jesus. These are the nail-pierced hands of Jesus. And when he's my joy, I'm satisfied. So pour your joy into my heart. Pretend like you're pouring a pitcher of water into my heart until it's on my face. Show me your beautiful faces. Oh, Jesus, fill me. Look at the fill lines going up, 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 up with your joy, and I will sing your praise. This is sign language for sing. A cheerful heart is like a fountain. Here's a fountain. A cheerful heart overflows in song. A cheerful heart can't stop rejoicing. And it's filled, here's your fill line again, with thanks all the day long. Here's the sun going down on your day. In today's craft, you're going to be making a shaker. This is perfect for the song that we're singing right now. And you will be able to shake it to the beat.
He's
It's time to find what's different. One of these objects is different than all the others. Can you find it? Time's up. Did you find it? Find what's different. Have you found it yet? Time's up. Did you find it? Find what's different. Have you found it yet? Time's up. Did you find it?
Hi, everybody. Today we're going to do a food craft, and I based this craft on your first lesson with Daniel. And if you recall, in that lesson, Daniel refused to eat the food that the king's men were going to offer him, and he didn't want to upset his stomach or the stomach of his men that were with him, and so he decided that he would just continue eating his own food, and he was going to be a lot wiser, and he was going to maybe be able to figure out any problems that the king might have had, and he was going to have more energy because he was eating good food. And so today we're going to make some food crafts, and I'm going to show you some very simple ones, and then there's a couple that are a little more complicated. Okay, now I did put the little head together at home, but when you look at it, you can see that it's very simple. It's a cherry tomato head, and I've got these little eyes that you pick up at the bulk barn. And then for the antennas, I used my aloe vera plant, but you could also use chives if your mom has some chives in her garden. So that's the head, and now we're going to work on the body. And again, we're using cherry tomatoes, and I just cut them in half. You can make the body of your dragonfly just as long as you want. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, they would all be different sizes, just like you and your friends are all different sizes. So now something's missing, the wings. So again, you have options to make your wings. I used the skin from one of those small cucumbers that you can buy, and make sure your wings are very, very skinny, like when you use like a potato peeler. And if you don't want to use a cucumber, then you can also scrape or use a melon for the wings. That would work as well. They'd be a different color, but that doesn't matter. You can use any color you want. These should be fun. So the more color you can put into it, the better it will be. So I'll turn it around so you can see it. So for our second craft, food craft today, we are going to make some penguins. And you have an option. You can make one with dates or you can make one with black olives. So they're very easy to do, quite simple, but they are kind of fun and they are very delicious. So I'm going to demonstrate the penguin that has the dates. And this would be the kind of date that you would have. It's a medjool date, and they're very good to eat. But remember that they do have pits inside, so we got to get that out of the way. So we'll just cut it open and remove the pit. And then we're going to fill the inside of it with cream cheese. So I've got some of that here. And you can just use a spoon or any kind of a scoop and just fill that date right up there for the stomach of the penguin. And you also need to put it on a cracker. So we'll put some more cream cheese on that to hold the date. So we put that on there. And then we'll have to put a little head on them. So we'll use another date and we'll just cut part of it off like this. And put a bit more cream cheese to hold it. Hopefully it'll stick on there. I got really hungry making these. That's the one thing. So you'll probably just get right into eating them when you're done. So there's his head. And now we need a little beak and we need some little feet. So we're going to use a carrot for that. So we'll just cut a chunk off here. And we'll cut it into half. And we'll maybe make a bit of a triangle out of it. So, and then maybe we'll make the beak out of this one. So, there we go. So now again, you have to use a little bit more cream cheese. Can you imagine how good this would be rather than, something that's not good for you? This is so delicious. Here we go. Feet. And now let's put a little beak on there. Just right there. So, there we go. So I'll put it over here and you can see it better. So this is our third craft for today, and it's called a peacock pear. And so it's going to be quite colorful, and you can choose different fruits to make it. I'm choosing blueberries, the pear, of course, and then grapes, and there's a bit of carrot in it. That's not a fruit, but then we have some pomegranates. So we're going to put this together, and there's many ways that you can do this, but this is just one for you to see. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with the legs. So you just cut a chunk off a carrot, and then you cut it in half. And then you cut one of those in half. Oh, you got to cut the feet here. There we go. So these are going to go right here. Of course, and then the little feet. The bottom, I guess we've got to move it up a wee bit. Now we start with some grapes. One thing is you can use fruit that you like. So, maybe you'd rather do it with an apple or something. Or an avocado, there's something you could use for the body. That's the nice thing about doing food crafts, because there's so much out there you can choose from. Okay, so now, next thing you do is you put your blueberries in between. Now this is real messy because these are frozen blueberries. If you get fresh ones, then they won't be all over you. By the time you're finished this, you're ready to eat it. I would be. Like going for groceries and you see all the food there and you think, oh, I'm hungry now. All right, so now pomegranates. Now this isn't the ripest pomegranate. It'd be really nice if they're really red. That makes it very colorful. But it's not the time of year for pomegranates. Got to put some eyes on this guy. Some hummus. Or you can use cream cheese or even yogurt. And then you can put the eyeballs, you know, the eyes. Okay, so here's some other ideas that you could make with fruit and vegetables. So you can make them big, small, use all kinds of things and all kinds of colors, and it would be very nice for a party or just to have a decoration on the table when you have dinner. So enjoy it and have fun.
It's time for today's quiz. Grab a pencil and your answer page and circle the answer you think is correct. What did King Nebuchadnezzar assign daily to the young men? Food and wine from the king's table, meat and tomatoes, or hot dogs? The correct answer, A, food and wine from the king's table. Next question, how long were the young men to be trained? 6 months, 1 year, or 3 years? The correct answer is C, 3 years. What new thing did the chief official give to Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah? New names, new haircuts, or new socks? The correct answer is A, new names. What new names were Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah given? Hosea, Jonah, Micah, and Nahum, Belteshazzar, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Hudson, Caleb, Micah, and Owen. The correct answer is B, Belteshazzar, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. What did Daniel decide not to do? Not to talk to his friends, not to go fishing, or not to eat the food and wine from the king's table? The answer is C, not to eat the food and wine from the king's table. What did the chief official say the king would take from him? The king would take his head, the king would take his food, or the king would take his shoes? The correct answer is A, the king would take his head. Daniel asked the chief official to test them for 10 days by allowing them to eat and drink what? Vegetables and water, bacon and eggs, or the food from the king's table? The correct answer is A, vegetables and water. How did Daniel and his friends look after 10 days? Skinny and sick, healthy and well-nourished, or tired and grumpy? The answer is B, healthy and well-nourished. What did God give these young men? All the money they wanted, blonde hair and blue eyes, or knowledge, wisdom, and understanding? The correct answer is C, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. How much better did the king find Daniel and his friends than the others in the kingdom? 10 times better, 5 times better, or 2 times better? The correct answer is A, 10 times better. How well did you do? Hey, I want to tell you a story. It's not a true story, but there's a truth in my story that I want you to know. And it happened to Reggie and Lena. It happened the summer that they went to go and visit their Aunt Lorene. Aunt Lorene was their father's sister. And Carson, their father, was driving them to see her. Oh, it was a long drive. They were kind of bored. They were starting to think about all the fun things they might do and hoping that Aunt Lorene might do something special. Oh, she was their favorite aunt, and she didn't have any children of her own, so she always came up with something fun for Reggie and Lena to do. One year, she even bought them each their own hamster, and that was so cool until Reggie decided to teach his hamster how to swim, and he flushed it down the toilet. But that's another story. But when they arrived, Reggie jumped right out of the car, and he ran straight up to the door. Reggie made a little fist, and he knocked on the door. Oh, and he didn't just knock any old way. Reggie used his secret knock. Knock, 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 knock. Now, I can't tell you exactly why he decided to use his secret knock right then. I mean, there was nothing secret going on. That was the knock they used whenever they were trying to communicate to each other. Knock, 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 knock. But this time, it was just Aunt Lorene. Reggie tried it again, and there was still no answer. What's going on, Reggie thought. He turned around to look at his father. She knew we were coming, didn't she? Well, of course she did, he said. There must be something. That's when they all heard it. There was something going on in the yard. Reggie stuck his head around the side of the house, and there it was. But what was it? Some sort of a big machine attached to some sort of a truck? What's going on, Dad? Carson looked around to the back, too. Oh, he said, it looks like Aunt Lorene is having a well dug in her yard. A well, Reggie said. Yes, Reggie, we're on town water, so we don't need a well. But a well is the source of water when you live out in the country. Oh, said Lena. I don't get it, said Reggie. That's okay, Carson said. Let's go see what's going on. And something was definitely going on. Reggie could see Aunt Lorene waving her hands and talking and pointing to the man with the construction hat on. Something didn't seem to be right. She looked even a little upset. Now, Reggie and Lena were curious what was going on, but they didn't wait around to find out because Aunt Lorene had noticed that they were there. She came running through the field, and she gave them hugs and stuff and made sure that they were feeling welcome. And they weren't sure quite where to put their luggage, but she told them, just drop it where you are. I've got something to show you. She took Reggie in one hand and Lena in the other, and she started walking through her back garden. The field was kind of big. She had a great piece of property. Reggie and Lena were looking around and looking at each other. What's going on? Reggie thought. And that's when they stopped, right at the base of a tree. Reggie said, wow, Aunt Lorene, that's a really nice tree. Aunt Lorene said, Reggie, look up. And as Reggie looked up, he could hardly believe what he saw. There was the coolest treehouse Reggie had ever seen. Is that for us? Reggie said. That wasn't here the last time we visited. Oh, that's for you, all right, Aunt Lorene said. I had it built special for you two kids. I know when you're here, there's not a lot to do in the country. She walked over and pulled on a little rope, and a rope ladder unfurled and fell down in front of them. Whoa, Reggie said, a secret ladder. Reggie was already halfway up when Lena started to up the ladder too. When they got to the top, they could hardly believe how cool it was. Inside, there had even been built some bunk beds so that they could stay overnight in it. We really get to sleep here, Aunt Lorene? Said Lena as she was leaning out the window. Well, if you want to, Aunt Lorene said. You guys get settled in there. I've got to deal with a little problem here in the yard. Reggie and Lena had already forgotten about the problem with the well, whatever that was. They were so busy exploring their brand new treehouse. A few hours later, Aunt Lorene had called them inside for supper. She had prepared their favorite chocolate chip pancakes. And after a delicious dinner with lots of syrup, they sat down to the table and had a little chat. Aunt Lorene began to explain. Now, Reggie, Lena, I've had a little problem in my yard. I've needed a new well for a while, and the gentleman came by today to try and fix it. But something went wrong. Wrong, Lena said, scrunching up her nose. Well, I'm not sure just what happened. They had a hard time explaining it to me, and I'm not sure I understand. But you're not to go near that hole. Well, why don't you just fill it in, said Reggie. I don't know, said Aunt Lorene. There seems to be some problem. Just until it gets fixed, don't go near the hole. Reggie and Lena just kind of nodded their head a little bit. They understood what she was asking. And then Aunt Lorene reached for the Bible. She always read a few verses after supper, and tonight she read from Matthew chapter 7. She read, Beware of false prophets who come disguised as harmless sheep, but are really vicious wolves. You can identify them by their fruit, that is, by the way they act. Can you pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? A good tree produces good fruit, and a bad tree produces bad fruit. A good tree can't produce bad fruit, and a bad tree can't produce good fruit. Yes, just as you can identify a tree by its fruit, so you can identify people by their actions. So people are trees, said Reggie. No, said Aunt Lorene. But if they were trees, you'd be able to tell what kind of tree they are by how they behave. I don't get it, said Lena. Look, you can't pick grapes from a bush that only produces thorns. The bush that produces thorns doesn't have the ability to produce grapes. Well, Jesus is saying that our behavior shows who we really are. If we know him as our Savior, then our lives will reflect that. The decisions we make, the way we live, it will show if we truly know Christ or not. I think I get it, said Reggie. Well, we'll have time to talk about this later through the week, said Aunt Lorene. Just remember, Jesus changes people when he comes into their lives. And if he's changed them, then the way that they behave on the outside is going to be different. Oh, said Lena, just like old man Withers last summer. Exactly, said Aunt Lorene. Well, bedtime finally came, and Reggie and Lena had a chance to nestle down into their brand new beds. They were so excited. They had hoped to stay awake all night long, but Reggie knew that probably wasn't likely to happen. Lena was asking, Reggie, what do you think is going on in the backyard? Reggie said, I don't know. I mean, Aunt Lorene needs a well because her house needs to have water. Yeah, but something strange happened, Lena said. What do you think it was? I don't know, Reggie said. But Aunt Lorene said not to go near the hole. I wonder why. I wonder what's down there. I wonder. That's when Reggie decided to look out the window. He threw his blankets back and got up for a second and padded over to the window to look outside. The moon was very bright. He could almost see very clearly. There were hardly any shadows. And Reggie was seeing the hole in the yard. It was like a big black dot in the center of the field. And that's when the strangest thing happened. Reggie didn't understand it. It didn't even make any sense. How could there, what was? Reggie just stared. He ran over to get a hold of Lena. Reggie ran over to make sure that Lena saw this too. And they stood at the window and they watched the strangest thing. It seemed as if there was a light. Something bright was shining, was flickering, was changing. And it was coming out of the ground, out from the very hole that the well had dug. "What is going on?" said Reggie. "What is that?" said Lena. "I don't know," said Reggie. But we can't just stay here. We have to find out what that was." "Nuh-uh," Lena said. "We're not allowed to go near that. Aunt Lorene said not to go down there." "I didn't say anything about going down there," Reggie said. "I just want to take a look." Well, it didn't take them long to get dressed. And when they scooted down the rope ladder and Lena's feet hit the ground, she just started running. She ran straight to the hole, dropped down on her knees, and started to look inside. Reggie was a few minutes behind her. He had forgotten to bring a flashlight and had to go back and get it. They looked down, and all they could see was a deep, dark hole. Reggie shoved his hand into the hole, and Reggie turned the flashlight on. Reggie flashed the light around and said, "Lena, does it look, do you see?" Lena said, "What is that, Reggie?" Reggie said, "I don't know, but there's definitely something down there. I think the batteries are dying on this flashlight. The light doesn't seem very bright. It doesn't reach very far." Reggie looked at Lena and said, "Lena, I think I have to go down there." "Nuh-uh," Lena said. "Aunt Lorene said not to go near the hole." But Reggie wasn't listening. He was already running back to the shed. He knew where Aunt Lorene kept her tools. He opened the door very carefully, and he stepped around the lawnmower and just missed the rake. And there it was, near the back. Reggie found it, the long coil of rope. Reggie threw it over his shoulder and ran as fast as he could back to the hole. Reggie threw the rope around the tree and tied it into a big tight knot. And then he dropped the rope back down into the hole. Lena still had her hand in the hole, holding the flashlight, when Reggie threw the rope down. Lena watched as her brother, very carefully, very slowly, slid down the rope, down into the hole. Reggie took a moment to look around. It looked kind of like a cave. How strange was that? Maybe that was the problem. Maybe they had punched a hole in the top of some stone ceiling, and now it had opened up and there was no way to fill it again. Reggie wasn't sure, but he didn't care. He just knew he had seen something. He dropped down on one knee and scooted towards it. "Hey, Lena, shine the light over here," he said. "Look at this." Lena shone the light as best she could while it got dimmer and dimmer. "What is it?" Lena said. Reggie said, I think it's a suitcase." "No," Lena said. "That doesn't make sense." Reggie reached over to find the latches and popped them open. Each one lifted slowly, and Reggie began to lift the lid. And he looked inside, and he thought for a moment that he saw. That was the moment that the light on the flashlight finally dimmed out. Reggie was in the dark. He felt down into the suitcase, and he thought it was. It couldn't be. "Lena," he said, "you're never going to believe this." And tomorrow, I'll tell you what happens to Reggie and Lena. Hey, Elliot, it's time to say goodbye to the kids.
What kids?
The kids that are watching us.
I don't see any kids anywhere.
Elliot, It's because they're at home.
What?
Yes, they're at home. They're not watching us in this room.
Seriously?
Yes, and they have been joining us for today at Vacation Bible School at Home.
Oh!
And it's over.
Oh, that's exciting.
Well, it's kind of sad, actually.
It is?
Yes, because we're going to have to wait until tomorrow to finish our story and get together again.
Oh!
And you're going to join us too.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, I think we'll have a good time. Hope you can join us tomorrow. Bring a friend.
Okay, see ya.